Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be going through my entire physical TBR, all my unread books that's on my TBR. I've seen so many people do this. I thought I would do it as well. Last year I started a thing where I every quarter started to monitor my physical TBR, meaning I kept track of the number of books I had read of it, the number of books I had hauled those months, if I had any unhauls and so on, and I really enjoyed that. I felt like a video like this, where I count all of my physical unread books and share them with you, is like a great start to that project. Basically, I'm not counting repeats, so if I have 2 editions of one book, I'm just gonna count that one. I'm not counting books I intend to reread. Have I read them already? I've read them, no matter if I read that particular copy or if I listen to it. I will count current reads. I will exclude books I have borrowed, and I think those are all the main rules basically. If you see any book that you really want me to read and possibly review or make like a project or secret TBR for, please let me know, share that in a comment. If you have any particular book recommendations, please share that in the comment as well. I might do something in the future where I will go through the comments and pick your selections, so feel free to comment any book from my physical TBR that you really want me to read. I would love that. We're gonna start here on this shelf. I haven't organized them in any particular order. I mainly organized them by read and unread, so that makes it easier for me now, but I won't doing it by like genre or anything like that. So we'll start at this shelf and then we'll go to my other shelf and do those books as well. Let's get started. James Bond, the authorized biography by John Pearson. The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. Start Your Own Fucking Brand by Maria Eriksson. From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Angel Fall by Susan E. Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Mariscalco. The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. Death on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Everyone's a alien when you're a alien too by Johnny Sun. This is a tongue twister. I don't know how to say this title. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. Alazzo by Darcy Little Badger. Film for Her by Orion Carlotto. The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Malice by John Gwynne. The People in the Trees by Hanya Yanagihara. 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. The American Roommate Experiment by Elina Armas. The Authenticity Project by Claire Poley. Factfulness by Hans Rosling. From Luco with Love by Mariana Zapata. Launch Something by Bae Myung-hun. Like a House on Fire by Caroline Hulse. Misery by Stephen King. Mythos by Stephen Fry. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wong. The Wedding Party by Tammy Cohen. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Sulfa Katu. House of Leaves by Mark C. Danielewski. Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. The Beautiful by Renee Audier. Battle Royale by Kushun Takami. The Angel of the Crows by Catherine Addison. Guild by Raven Kennedy. The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Hypnotisören by Lars Kepler. The Hypnothesis, something like that. I don't know what that translates to. The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. Metro 2033 by Dmitry Rushovsky. The Gunslinger by Stephen King. You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howell. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doughty. The Splendid City by Karen Hewler. Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Never Let Me Go by Kazu Ishiguro. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Nothing Burns as Bright as You by Ashley Woodfolk. The Martian by Andy Weir. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. Sharks in the Time of Saviors by Kawai Strong Washburn. A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lin. The Ruin of Kings by Jen Leons. The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Fury Born by Claire Legrand. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh. Box by Camilla Läckberg and Henrik Fexeus. Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Audier. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Messi. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Så här blir du miljonär i hängmattan by Per H. Börjesson. I got this from my brother. He wants me to earn money. It's basically translates to This is how you become a millionaire from the hammock. Let's count this, why not? Smivani by Stephanie Meyer. aka Twilight, but the Czech translation, and yes, I am actually counting this one. I want to include this in my unread books. Foundricide by Robert Jackson Bennett. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. The Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas. The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. A Song of Raids and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. Vita Nostra by Marina and Sergei Dyashenko. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Lower Olympus Volume 1 by Rachel Smythe. Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. Books 4, 5, 6 and 7 in the Harry Potter series. King of Scars and Rule of Fools by Leigh Bardugo. This Savage Song by W.E. Schwab. Things My Son Needs to Know About the World. My Grandmother Says Hi and That She's Sorry. And Britt Marie Was Here, all by Fredrik Backman. Jade War and Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. Magic of Wind and Mist by Cassandra Rose Clark. The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter. The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. Horror Stir by Grady Hendrix. Life 3.0 by Max Tegmark. The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. Things We Say in the Dark by Kirsty Logan. Freshwater by Akwaeke Emesi. The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. And unless I've hidden books somewhere else in this shelf, I think that's it for this corner. Let's now move to my second shelf. Hi, and welcome to my second bookshelf. This is where I keep like special editions and stuff, so let's have a look. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Jules Verne, 7 novels. By the way, I think I should count this one as 7 actually. That might make it a bit more approachable. Or it might just increase my physical TBR. I don't know. 5 weeks in a balloon, a journey to center of the earth, from the earth to the moon, round the moon, 20,000 leagues under the sea, around the world in 80 days, and The Mysterious Island, The Iliad and The Odyssey by Homer, The Arabian Nights, translated by Sir Richard Burton, a total of 10 classic tales of science fiction and fantasy by Edward Bellamy, Edgar Rice Burroughs, Arthur Conan Doyle, Charlotte Perkins Gilman, Jack London, H.P. Lovecraft, Philip Francis Nolan, James O'Brien, Jules Verne and H.G. Wells. Dracula by Bram Stoker, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, The Red Scholar's Wake by Aliette de Bodard, The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee, The Luminaries by Suzanne Dennard, Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsk, The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean, and finally 2 copies of Babel by R.F. Kuang. And I honestly believe that is it, unless I find some books hidden somewhere while editing. Editing Charlotte here, I did forget one book. I forgot Shaggy Bane by Douglas Stewart because I've borrowed that to a friend. So that adds another book to this list. This should be my entire physical, unread TBR. Like, I've always divided the Odyssey and the Iliad, even though it's in the same book. I always separated those two as 2 different books. And I realized just now when going through this, why haven't I done that for the Jules Verne book and also the sci-fi and fantasy collection before? I don't know. If that's the case, if I currently have 140 unread books on my physical TBR, that means my goal for the year is to read at least 70 books of my physical TBR. That will still leave me with 70 books. Because otherwise, if I were not to add those up, I would need to read, let's say it still was 125. It is still like 62.5 books. So might as well go for 70. It's a round number. It sounds good. So yeah, in order for me to halve my physical TBR, I believe, and editing Charlotte will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I need to read 70 books of my physical TBR. I hope you enjoyed seeing my physical TBR. Once again, please leave me a comment with what book or story you want me to read so that I can go back to this video, look at the comments, and you can help me pick my reads. Also, once again, if you want me to do a dedicated review for any of these books, or if you want me to do like a reading project about that book, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts and get your input on this. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!